etymologische Wörterbuch is an animating or vital principle in men and animals. From Anglo-French, Old French, esprit. Spirit is soul. Derived from Latin spiritus, meaning breathing. Breathing, respiratory, the wind, breath. Now there's a problem with this. It means also to blow. It just means breath. When I'm saying the Spirit of the Most High hovered over the face of the waters, okay? In the European mindset, on a lot of them, they are thinking of the breath of God hovered over the face of the waters. You understand?
Ja, du kannst ruhig weiter auf Deutsch machen.
The breath is just one form of energy from energy of the Most High. Because the word rawah, there's another word that is actually the correct word for it. The correct word for rawah or rawak is not spirit, it's not ghost. Because the word ghost also means and then in the from some old Saxon guest, gust, which means spirit, which goes back to again breath. That's a problem. I don't worship the breath. I worship not the breath. I worship more than the breath. Breath is one aspect of the energy. The word for rawak is energy. Energy will be the real word. Because in Hebrew, the word rawak, okay, the equivalent word is energy. It means formation bound with vibration. On anything that vibrates and has form, it's called energy. You understand?
Yes.
What we in Africa mean is actually energy, you know? But we say the spirit, we always have to say energy. So the word energy means a force of expression. Late Latin energia, from Greek energia. Activity, action, operation. Energos, active, working. Ergon. It actually really sends a reality and existence opposed to potential. It is existing energy. It is living energy. Whereas spirit, by them, is dead energy. It's just something dead. You understand?
Yes.
So these are the two different meanings. That's the etymology of it. These are the two different understanding. You understand? So we know in physics, when physics, force equals mass times the acceleration times the speed, we have power. Right?
I'm listening.
You understand? Right? So force is something that does and acts and does something. So when the Bible says the Spirit of the Most High hovered over the face of the water, it was a force that was acting. It's a force that will move everything in this universe. We're talking about an actual force, a power, an energy of the Most High. It's energy. And the reason I want to make this bridge of understanding is because when we're talking about energy, we want to talk about a living creator, a living power. We're not talking about an imaginative, intellectual power that is theoretical in your mind and has no effect. That's what most theologians are inside. For the word in John chapter 1, you know, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was the power, the Creator. You understand? That Word that the Creator is, it became spirit and flesh. That is called energy, active force, active power.
And now, what has it to do with the Hebrews? So, because of you say that they are not teaching the right.
Well, because they are not, when they are reading the Bible, you see, they have shut down one part of the brain, and did not activate that thing that they shut down. They didn't see the energetical aspect. It became just merely physical, like machine, you know. The energy, the spirit must be behind it too. You get what I'm saying? You understand?
I'm here.
Huh?
I'm here, bro.
No, do you understand what I'm saying?
Maybe you can explain more if you like.
Like, okay, for example. I can breathe. I breathe, okay? You and I breathe. Everyone breathes is a normal thing, but there's other breathing which you can breathe with the spirit. It's a different breathing, you know? There's energy in your breath. You understand that now?
Yes.
Or if you want to bring an offering, you can just cut the animal, or you do it with the spirit, with energy in it. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
You can clean, but you can just like this, like a machine, or you do it with your spirit behind that, the energy in it. You know, you can read the Bible merely like physical, like, you know, out of the flesh. You read it, you don't say, I don't understand, and you make a, or you read it with the spirit in it. You understand?
Yes.
You have to combine the wisdom of the spirit.
So what do you want to tell me with that? With all that? So that ruach means spirit. So
Energy.
yeah, yeah. That spirit normally the spirit means energy. So what is the message behind it?
The message behind is this. I'm coming. Is that you can when the message behind it is that, you know, we have people who are very spiritual, we have people that are very intellectual, and the problem is that there are two different energies. You have to combine the two. Because certain things are in the energetical, certain things are in the physical, like yin and yang. You know, Bruce Lee used to say that. You know Bruce Lee?
Yes.
Yeah. Bruce Lee used to say that when you're fighting, you know, and you are too mechanical about it, you know, then your movement is just not having rhythm. You're just mechanical, you know, in your movement, like machine. Or when it's too supernatural about it, you know, about your fighting, your spiritual, you become too loose in your fighting, you know, with your movement. So what you do, you combine the both together, and you have the middle, okay, the middle path. So the Bible was written in that form anciently to have both of it, the fire and the water. The fire, which is hotter than water, come together, we get heaven. We get the atmosphere, you know? So, we have to understand the two of the things. So, is it in the studies, We have to understand how it is efficiently, because the study of the Bible will determine efficiency. But we have to ask ourselves now. That's not where we're going into. It's coming now to the point. We have to ask ourselves: are we efficient enough in our biblical study? You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Are we efficient in our real life of the power of the war that is about to come? Okay?
Yes.
Because what I discovered, what I have seen, and what I personally experienced, what our powerful potential we have, and and what I've discovered also historically to back it up, has shown to me that we as believers today, as collectively now, okay, Christian, Black Hebrews, we are today deficient, not efficient, deficient. We are living in a so-called deficiency crisis, both spiritual and physically, because they were more powerful back then than today. Back then, okay, if they came with a helicopter or like a military helicopter, okay, and let me give you an example. A car, let's say with a car, make it simpler. If they came with a car driving at them, they had the power to stop the car.
Okay.
Because they were so powerful back then. They did not just fight giants, they fight dinosaurs too. Okay? If you got going really deep in the archive of the power, a car was able to be stopped. Even a helicopter could be stopped by then. That's how powerful they were back then. And the Christianity too was very powerful back then. Only that, they took it out of your history. They took so many things out of history so you don't know about it, to keep you in deficiency. You understand? Hello?
No here.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay? So, when we are going to see, let us look at the efficiency formula. The efficiency formula says work output divided by work input times 100. Meaning, yeah, you're right. Even in that interview, I want to know when you said that that the Africa would be like at the end fighting with sticks with war machines. You know? You remember that interview you made?
Yes.
You're right. This is true. That is true. Because you are actually trying to say that at the end we have to do what? Become more efficient.
Of course.
So the efficiency, the energy efficiency is the energy output divided by energy input, the total energy. Okay? Now, we have to see in our life, if we are taking Samson, King David, okay? The energy they displayed, those powers, okay? The energy input compared to our energy output today, we are like 0.1 deficiency or 0.01. You see? We're like 0.1 deficiency or 0.01 in percentage from energy. Because the things they did back then and the things we can do today are two different things.
Go on.
Okay?
So you want to say that, yeah, we are more physically. This means the spiritual powers has to come back.
Yeah, it was more a physical power.
Yes.
It was energetic, invisible, but the energy that was became also visible, but energy was invisible, maybe, also, but that invisible energy was real. You understand?
It's like a great calling. They had great callings, angel calling. Like you say, you don't call it angel, but you call it energy. The
No,
energy inside them was like they're gods.
exactly. You can say like this, okay? And and we have we are a deficient. Now I want to show you a graph of deficiency. Let me give you an example. I will show you a picture. Um, Now, that's a good graph. I have it. I'm sending you the graph now. Look at the picture.
Wait 1 second. I did not get anything.
No, I just sent it now. You should look again.
My English website.
You see that graph? You see it?
Wait a second. I think I have to change the account, right?
I just want to.
Yes, yes, I can see it.
Okay. Now, just imagine you look at it from, as you see the graph, you look at it from not from left to right, from right to left. Normally, you read it opposite, But we say we're gonna read from right to left, okay?
Okay.
You understand? So we have to look at it from right to left. When we are looking at it, you see how we are dropping down.
Of course.
That is the way Christianity and us today are. On the energetic level, we are dropping down. You see, we are dropping down. We are even very down. It's dropping. Forget the numbers. I just want you to see the picture. Forget the numbers on the side. The number doesn't. It's just an example. That's the way we are as Christians. We are dropping down. Our lifestyle and everything is not up to date. You understand? This is what happened to Christianity at some type of period. That's happened to the Israelites at some type of period of the time in history. That our system or our spiritual system, our life has dropped down. You see? It has dropped down because we are divided. We have been divided and we have been conquered. You understand?
Yes.
So now, for us to go back up, okay, and the graph to go back up, okay, that the graph will go up, as
Okay.
efficiency. Just imagine that, We have to, before we can do that, we have to see what on the way has affected our lifestyle to go down. And that is what I do in my work. I analyze, okay, the historical aspect, I analyze the spiritual aspect, different aspects that have brought us down so that we can go back up. You know? What happened that we went down? So we have to go into the different. That's why I said the devil's in the detail.
Like disobedience and stuff.
Disobedience, exactly. These are the things that bring us down. You understand it? But even if we obey, how is the right way to obey? You know? Going a little bit deeper. Is that the language that the Hebrews spoke? What was the language? The Hebrew language was it infiltrated that we speak today? Are those words that we read in Hebrew actually been translated faithfully? These are the factors I read, I study. And that's what we call, you know, when you read it, that's what we call interpretation. You know? So if the interpretation of something is wrong, then the translation is wrong. If the translation is wrong, then the obedience of the application of it is wrong. Then the desired outcome of it is wrong. You understand?
Yes.
So one have to go back to the ground foundation, the reading, the interpretation from the original source. But what we do too much in Christianity and as Africans, we love to do branch work, not root work. We love to go to the branches of the tree or not the root of the tree, the root of the thing. So what we do, most of the Christians, they have become, under branch work, they have become what we call Christians or Hebrew Israelites. Most of them have become what we call, you know, like an ambulance. Like an ambulance. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They're just to render the problem. They're not to solve the problem. They're just to reduce the fire. You understand? That's most people's calling. It's just to reduce the fire. People are in an ambulance. People are in emergency, fire outbreak. We need wir brauchen den Krankenwagen, wir brauchen den Feuerwehrmann, der muss es ausmachen, ne?
Mm-hmm.
To stop the fire from growing more. You know? And on that is what most people do. It's called the branch work. The outcome from a problem that is in the root of the thing. So what I do is the root work. Before the confusion and after the delusion. With BC before the confusion, AD after the delusion. What was before the confusion or what was before the delusion?
I don't know.
This is what is my work, is to make sure that thing. But I know that, I understand that we need the people that work for the branch work too. You understand? I cannot go to the branch worker and say, you are bad. No, I cannot say that, because they need someone who can reduce the pain and reduce the stress. Just you have a patient, and the patient is sick. You may not know him to heal totally, but you may limber his pain. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Prepare it, and there are some. They are the explorers. They are finding the solution to solve the problem. They go to the root of the thing. You understand? So we need those, because if the guy who's not working at the branch is not doing anything, the person is going to die.
Yes.
So that is why I see that, and the thing is, most of them don't have an overview, and the thing is, one doctor is attacking the other doctor. Our own branch work is attacking the doctor, which is just trying to solve and render the problem, just trying his best. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, it's everywhere.
It's
But
just that the doctors come together.
but this doctor verified even the disciples of Christ had it, no?
Yes, but even the doctors, you know.
I think even in the heaven, they have discussions. No, it's normal. It's just like it's like a big run. Everybody want to be the best or the first. That's why the disciples was asking Christ, who will be on the right side from you.
The kingdom of the Most High. He said, those who are like this child,
Of course.
serious, humble, you know. What I'm saying is the doctors are fighting one another. Pastor is attacking Pastor B, Pastor C, Pastor D. This is what is going on when you look at Nigerian television, and to see that all of them have wrong and right. They are seeing it from an ant perspective and as an eagle perspective. Black Hebrew Israelite groups against other Black Hebrew Israelite groups. One against one another. That is deficient. It's not enabling us to be efficient. If you can understand the ministry of the other person, that's important. And his work he has done. Okay? And understand and accept what is it and help him out instead of what they call it, attacking him, you know, downgrading him, you know. Then we could move more better. And if the other who is having an argument and it's true and says, okay, I'll humble myself to learn, you know.
And so, what is the solution?
Things will be better. Now the solution is complex. The solution is complex and simple. I can say it simply, but I can say it complex. You know? But before you can understand the solution, you have to see the problem. Because a solution cannot come if you don't know the problem of the equation. If 2 plus 2 is something, if you say it's 4, the answer, but you have to understand the equation, the problem first. 2 plus 2 is 4. You need to know the combination that makes up the solution. So the solution and the combination is important. Because the combination explains your solution and gives the result of what you desire. So it's a very complex thing. You know, the work I do cannot be said in 5 minutes, in 2 minutes. It takes hours. That's a topic can take me 3 hours, 4 hours, just to discuss on that topic. I hope, is that a sufficient answer so far for you?
It's good. It's good. There is a lot of people. Everybody has his work to do, no?
Yeah.
And like the most I always say, there are many work but not so many workers, no?
Exactly.
So it's always good if you're doing something for the Most High. So should He bless your work?
Exactly. That is the thing. That's why I don't criticize so quickly, because even the Black Hebrew Israelites, you know, also from them I've learned something. I've learned from the Pentecostal. Also from them I've learned some. From the traditional. Also from them I've learned something. From the historian, archaeologists, I've learned something. You know. You have to learn. You have to learn something and see the wrong and the right in everything. Because that is the only way we can unify. Unity involves one mind, a coherent wave that vibrates at a coherent point. For that, there's an equal and opposite reaction. A reaction that will come back. But if it's not coherent, it's not one, it's divergent, diverse, then it would divide as reaction and will divide because you have sown division. So that is the way the things of worship is. The things of worship is. That's the thing.
Nice to hear.
So that is the thing I do. Some things are complex. You cannot even imagine these things exist, but they exist. You can't even imagine something like that can exist. It can exist, yes. And it's real. But that is the problem to people today. We are not ready. I see we are not ready for the war because once we lost the war back then.
It's like a brother today said, there was a rabbi. He gave them the white Christians like more than 300 prophecy that is already fulfilled in the Bible. That's why they think Christ will come soon, and I was like, never. So where these people get those prophecies from? Because in the astrophysics, I saw many things. These people are reading stars and stuff. They're telling you a bunch of things like this will happen, this will happen, and this will happen. And for me, it was like nothing is there. I was like, do you joke? These are only signs that the world is changing, like spiritual signs that the spiritual changes, like the trees are bleeding and the water is coming up and the animals are going to death and the African people are going to war. Then after that, the war is coming to Europe. They was like shocked, They was like, huh? And say, and the Most High, He's bringing the sun. And they was like, how do you know? I see. You show me signs. I can show you other signs. So where they get this 300 biblical prophecies, like yes, Israel has to be built and stuff like that.
Well, this was a setup from the Freemason, 1837, on Albert Pike in the military book. I have the book itself, and someone was taken out. It was in the museum. They planned the First World War, the Second World War, and the Third World War. And what they're using is called, it's the form of magic. It's called hyper-sigil magic. They're able to manipulate the future for their own interest. And they have the money in their hand too. So Albert Pike said that in the World War One, we'll have Germany fight against so and so, and then socialists and Democratic Party and communism will come. In the Second World War, we have the fascists fighting against the socialists and the democratic and all those things, and the communists. And then they say after the Second World War, that when that's done, we'll excavate the Jews to Israel. 1948, they planned it already, and the Israel state will be done. And then by World War III, we'll make terrorism from the east going to Africa and the world, and to Europe, and then the world will break out through terrorism. That's why the terrorism that you see that happens is called false flag operations.
Exactly.
And this was done, and then they say after the World War II, we will bring about a Luciferian, after the terrorism, a Luciferian form of Christianity. And that are the Bibles they are now have been doing. The European Union made the mainstream gender Bible. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
which is allowing homosexuality. Everything like he or she is taken out. It's now it neutral, you know. So Abraham, they don't know is a father or a mother or Sarah. It's a new Bible. They have now out. They want to. They are bringing out now. It's out now. You know, it's actually out. It's finished. Translate the entire Bible. On top is there's a so-called alien Bible, the UFO Bible, and they are trying to build a new Bible to manipulate because the Bibles have been translated from time to time. You are going to back to the King James, but you have to go by all. You have to go to the root, not to the branch, because you don't know what happened within the translation of the root to the branches. You understand?
Yes, yes.
So this is a so-called psychological setup to make things more difficult for you and for me. So they set everything up. They work out military. That's why 90% in American police are Freemasons. All the military leaders are Freemasons, generals and all that. That's why the black man is struggling in the United States of America.
Yes. And what do you think about the World War III? How will it happen?
What?
Because do you think some aliens will come, or what do you think about the World War III? What will happen there exactly?
Well, what will happen is, like we discussed before yesterday, was it right? I told you there will be a lot of false antichrist playing as Christ and Messiah, and abductions are going to take place. That's all. For example, why do you think we have over 5,000 satellites over our Earth? Because they are going to make a hologram Jesus. I even had a dream. And one dream, I saw a black Jesus, you know? And the Most High was showing me that Jesus was black in the dream, but that Jesus that he showed me told me that Jesus is the fake Jesus. It's not about, you know, because he showed me the technology they used to make the Jesus look black. It looked like a real person because they were able to transform with the machine energy hologram to a real entity, human entity.
But this will be that's why we will have the third World War.
No, the Third World War, that's gonna be after the Third World War. It's gonna be much more. They're gonna come with many antichrists.
What do you say about Islam? Islam talks about an guy with one eye and.
Yeah, the guy with one of the Dajjal is he's talking about the so-called $1, the one eye. You see? You know, they're talking about its symbolism and all this thing. What you have to understand is this: Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, and other religions that are hidden beside it are really anti-Christian believer religion. It is a setup to catch people for sacrifice and abduction, to destroy people's lives. That's all what it is. Because it's not the Christianity. Christianity is not the true Judaism and stuff like this. This is all artificial things put together for the masses. And there are some people will teach the temple. I'm again, it's not going to be happen like this because the whole thing I'm telling you, the Jesus that they're going to tell you, the white Jesus that's going to as a hologram Jesus, it's going to come as a hologram. And people all will see him. That's why they had the satellite, because they are projecting. There's a technology. There is a book for it, even for that.
And the people will run to him, or what?
Yeah, they would think it's Jesus. It's just a hologram. And then it will be abducted. That's what they are planning.
So is this the mark of the beast?
The mark of the beast. The mark of the beast will take different forms of shape. But the mark of the beast is
or is it the photo, the picture of the beast?
On the imaginary level, on the soul level, yes. But on the physical level, no. On the physical level, it's going to be a chip. It's going to be some magical science, symbolic science, combined with technology. It's going to evolve from time to time. Just like the TV has evolved, but it's still a TV in a different form.
Okay.